Hey, what's going on, Cowboys Nation? Man, so I'm sitting there Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have my notes ready. I'm watching the game. And minutes later, man, I just stopped taking notes, man. It was one of them days, man. But yeah, man, this game it was a bad one. For me, man, I would take that loss right now against the and shout out to my homie Will Skywalker still. It's like great minds think alike, man. I didn't catch this show live. I usually do most days, man, but I'm catching this when I was watching it, and what he was saying about the loss to the Broncos was something that I immediately thought, and he stated that he'd rather have this loss against the AFC team, and that was um, probably the most thoughtful way to handle this loss. It doesn't really affect us. We didn't lose to an NFC team, an NFC East team. So with that being said, man, just go ahead and get better off of this. Get better off of this loss. You want to lose this type of game around this time. When you've been playing so well, you want to have that game that makes you more humble to get back in the gym to go harder. Because a lot of Cowboy fans, man, it's this vibe I'm getting that we are playing Madden and we're playing on pro. You know what I mean? So when we losing, it's like, how are we losing? How can this be happening? But when you realize the fact that these are also grown men that also scout, that also get paid millions of dollars, they show up to win. Now, when we lose these games, I don't want it to be a surprise. You know what I mean? It should be, especially when it was just how efficient that game was. It wasn't like we played our best football and lost. We didn't play nowhere near our best football. We weren't really focused as far as the scheme, and then the energy, the vibes that we've been playing with all season were absent. So I was going to drop a video earlier today, man, about just my whole collective thoughts from the Broncos game. And it just, my day, man. So let me tell you about how my day was, man. I work overnight. And I usually don't. This is my first time ever putting personal vibes into this cowboy thing. But this is just a little bit of who I am as a man. So I work overnight. I got off of work at 6 a.m. and then my child wasn't feeling well in school, so they contacted me. I went to go pick him up, etc. And on my way back home, I catch a flat tire. In my mind, who did this? Somebody did. It wasn't my fault. Somebody did this to me. That's how I be thinking sometimes. So I start calling all types of people, just to see what the vibes were, as far as if someone was seen doing something to my car, because in my mind it wasn't my fault. So I have to get my car towed, and I have to get a ride back to my house, etc. Luckily I have people around that actually care about me, because I didn't have to pay for an Uber after I already paid for the tow truck company. So then I had a physical therapy appointment, because take care of your body, man. If you got pain or anything in your neck and your back, go to your PCP, tell them immediately how you feel, and they should refer you to physical therapy, man. Do this. It is very important, because I went to work last night and my body, man, it just wasn't the same, man. I wasn't able to work the way I normally work. So fast forward, so my car is still in the shop. I wasn't able to go to my physical therapy appointment, and now I'm here making this video. But yeah, man, just sometimes things happen, man, and it's good to just enjoy it. You know, even though it's a small percent of light, use that light, embrace it, because that light that was there, it's going to make you learn from it's going to overshadow the dark. So next time that situation comes, you don't even see the dark. It can be 99.9% dark and you don't even notice it, because the previous experiences has put you past this. This is the Dallas Cowboys. Next time we in a situation where, man, we down 14 nothing, 16 nothing, whatever, man, we not even going to think, because we know we've been here before. This is the same thing, man. Just like I have another experience with I'm going a little too personal with this, but so back in I would say April of this year, my refrigerator goes out, completely out. Now, prior to this situation, I told the property manager about this appliance. It was making this crazy noise. Like, people that were at my apartment while I had this fridge, they used to always say something like, "Yo, what's up with your fridge? Like, the joint gonna blow it." Like, it used to sound crazy. I mean, like, I have a 2-floor apartment, and I can be in my room with the TV on, and you can still hear this fridge is going crazy. It used to make like the loudest sounds, and it's like I never heard it before. So I'm like, something can't be right with this picture. Like, eventually something's going to blow up. that's how it sounded. So so fast forward, 11 months later, the refrigerator dies. So I contacted the mortgage company, or the mortgage company, not there yet, but the rental property, the rental manager, whatever these guys. So I call them and I tell them, "Yo, my refrigerator's dead." I'm like, I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? My floor is wet and everything like that. So they go through a process of, all right, we're going to send some guys out and we're going to try to fix whatever situation you have. So the guys are coming over. They're like, "Oh, we're going to order this part, and then we're going to call the shop, and whenever the order is placed and the part's ready, we're going to come back to your house. We're going to apply the part. Voila, everything should be good." So 2 days later, I call the property manager. I let them know, "Hey, man, it's been 2 days. Like, I'm eating out. I can't keep food in my crib." You know what I mean? So it's a crazy situation. So they're like, "All right, the part actually just came." You know what I mean? Like, it's a miracle that, when I called, the part just came that day, but nobody called me and said, "Yo, we're going to be here later on." The part came, I had to call them. So they called me. They scheduled a visitation the following day. They come over. They have the part. Turns out, part's not working. They put the part on and the fridge is still messed up. So they're like, "Yeah, man, we're probably gonna have to get you a new fridge." I'm like, "Fine, man, whatever." So a couple more days go by. Still no fridge. Still me just accumulating expenses, eating out. And then I just contacted my landlord, because me and him have like a relationship. I'm not gonna tell you why our relationship is it's nothing bad, but that's a little too personal. So we have a good relationship. So I shoot him a text. I'm like, "Man, I ain't have a refrigerator in about 10-11 days, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm eating out. Like, they're telling me this and this, and nothing's really happening." So he's like, "Oh, man, I told them months ago to replace that." Yo, when he said that to me, like, so many red flags just start. Like, yo, I don't know what this experience was, but like, it just it just happened. Like, and I was so angry, because I'm like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Are you attacking me? Or this is not my fault. See, the other situation with my car tire, I probably ran over something, boom, boom. That was probably my fault. But this situation felt like an attack on me. I felt like we have a problem. You don't like me. Something I did is bothering you. So now you want to do this. So now, immediately the next day, I work overnight. So they the property manager, their little maintenance men or whatever, they show up. I would say maybe 10 a.m., 9:30 a.m. the following morning, and they're like banging like the police, and I'm sleep knocked out. I work overnight, you know what I mean? So, I wake up and they're like, "Hey, we got your fridge." I'm like, "Oh, y'all got my fridge," like. So I'm like, "Oh, so this is what I have to do. I have to contact the actual landlord to get stuff done." You know what I mean? So now I have my fridge. So fast forward to now, November. My account for them has been behind that same month since April. You know what I mean? I was going through a whole bunch of stuff, like just trying to pay for my lawyer. Shout out to y'all if y'all got kids, man, and you're not really with the mother or the other or the father or whoever is listening. If you have kids, man, and it's stressful, whatever, man, go get shared physical custody, man. Take that money, save it up, and go pay it, and just handle that, man, because it's just a better situation for everybody. So yeah, I was doing that, man, and then I was, just saving and everything. So I'm just paying them their money, and I'm assuming that at some point they're gonna take accountability for the situation, because if this was my fault, if it was something I did, I would have been fixed it. But this situation isn't my fault. It's nothing I did wrong. So they're reaching out to me and they're like, "Hey man, your account is past due, blah blah blah," and I'm like, I'm just going straight to the landlord. Like, I don't even talk to them no more, because I don't trust y'all. I don't like y'all. You know what I mean? And it's nothing personal, but it's like, if you have a order that was months, that months went by before this order was actually completed, or the order was actually executed, as far as me getting my refrigerator, I can't deal with that. It's too much. Y'all was aware of the problem for too many seconds, many hours, days, weeks, you know what I mean, months. It was too much time in between the actual landlord contacting y'all and then y'all making the delivery. So yeah, man, that situation just makes me think about life, man. And that's basically why I'm saying this in this video, is because life is going to hit you with so many different curveballs, things you didn't plan for, things that aren't your fault, things that are not your fault. Just like this whole stuff with the punt rule. You can do your best job, you can put your best effort in, you can block the punt, you can block this thing, and then it can still work out against you. The fact that you blocked the punt hurt you. And this is this life, man. The fact that I paid my rent on time, the fact that I did everything I was supposed to do, is still hurting me, because the stress that this company is implying on my life, man. You know what I mean? To the point where, like, I'm about to just say, you know what, F it, and just pay all of it, and just so they can leave me alone. You know what I mean? Because my life is more valuable when it's less stress. So that's just me, man. Life is about these type of things, man. Whether it's football, entertainment, whatever, you're gonna have moments where you put your full effort into something, but it still can come against you and work against you. It can be a personal attack. It can be you just thinking that someone did something to you, or it can be something you did, like my tire. You know what I mean? As soon as it happened, I thought somebody did that to me. But yeah, man. So that's enough personal vibes for the day. But yeah, man, just man, it's always tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? Wake up, leave the stress behind, like leave this little Cowboys loss behind, Stop thinking that we're playing on pro all the time. Stop thinking that these teams don't have scouting departments. They don't have coaches. They don't have other athletes. Just like the guy, oh man, what was his name? Patrick, the receiver that was killing us. I never heard of this guy, man. Never heard of him. But shout outs to him. He did his thing. Shout out to Teddy Bridgewater. Shout out to their defense. What was it? Cooper, man, he's a beast. He's a beast, man. Shout out to those guys, man. And Atlanta, man, we coming. You know what I mean? This game, this like when you go from a good place and then you go to a dark place, you want to go back to the good place. You know what I mean? You know what that felt like. You know what that energy brought to you. You know what it did for you. So you're going to fight twice as hard just to get back up there because that's where you belong, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a good one. Peace.